I feel so
I
good.
think we got Charles, will you scoot that scoreboard towards my little there?
Is that good?
Yeah, buddy. Gets all of our team, gets that scoreboard, gets Mrs. Jenkins. Send a reminder on the walk. Ooh, you got an extra mask for Mr. Sauer here?
Come on.
RB, everybody's phone turned off? Down, silent? Logan, you want to help? You want to do scoreboard for me, please? Sure. Turn my phone off before I forget. Okay, anything else I'm neglecting? You have questions? So, Chris, want to start with intros?
Hi, I'm Angel Serna. I'm the, now for I think half of the match, the captain for the Fieldcrest Scholastic team. We are coached by the wonderful Mrs. Fry. And good luck to my other team, and my teammates will introduce themselves from past this buzzer.
I'm Riley Whitlock. Wait, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, I think that was mine.
That
Yeah.
was, okay. I am Hannah.
I send you a Jack. Well, not the send you a
One. Right. Jack, did yours light up?
Yeah.
Okay. And Angel, can you move your name tag and your light, like that direction? Other one.
Is that better? Yeah.
Move your light. Grab it. There you go. Okay. All right. Okay, RB, would you like to introduce your team?
I'm Jackson Beer. I'm captain of the Rowan Fenton Classical 18. We wish the best of luck to our opponents. I'm coached by Mr. Whitman, and my teammates will introduce themselves when we pass this along. Wyatt.
Jonah. Mary.
Can I test my buzzer one more time?
You good? All right. Just a few reminders. Make sure that you wait to be acknowledged before giving an answer. I know that Mr. Whitman went over the procedure with the bonus questions. Just want to remind you to, when I say pencils down, stop conferring, make sure I can at least see your marker so that I know that you're not still writing answers. And then don't forget to keep your boards held up so that your captain can see your answers. I know you're used to passing papers, so it's just kind of different. Anything else?
Any other 9 till should be good.
Good? All right. Are you live?
He should be. I'll get a text if we're not. Somebody will remind me.
All right. Very good. Let's get started. Okay, toss up number 1, mathematics, general mathematics. Today, the high temperature is 38 degrees Fahrenheit, 41 degrees warmer than it was yesterday morning. What was the temperature yesterday morning? Jackson,
-3 degrees Fahrenheit.
that is correct. Nope. Okay, bonus number 1. Language arts, 4 parts in spelling. Spell these words that have to do with exercise and fitness. Part 1, endurance. Part 2, stamina. Part 3, aerobics. Part 4, calisthenics. You may confer.
Can you repeat part 4?
Calisthenics.
Stop time.
Okay, pencils down, please stop conferring. Whenever you're ready.
Part 1, ENDURANCE.
That is correct.
Part 2, STAMINA.
That is correct.
Part 3, AEROBICS.
That is correct.
Part 4, CALISTENICS.
That is incorrect. Part 4 is available.
Part 4, CALISTENIES.
That is also incorrect. Part 4 is CALISTHENICS. Toss up. Number 2, social studies, geography. This 8-letter word describes the hilly region of northwest Italy, whose capital is Turin. What word also describes the plateau region that stretches from eastern Alabama through the Carolinas and central Virginia, eventually reaching part of New Jersey? Jack?
Plateau?
That is incorrect. Jonah?
Appalachian?
That is also incorrect. The Piedmont region. Okay, toss up number 3, language arts, mythology. In Roman myth, he tricked Proserpina into eating a tiny bit of pomegranate while she was in the underworld so that she could never totally leave him. Name this god. Anna.
Hades.
That is incorrect. Riley?
Pluto.
That is correct. Okay, bonus number 2, fine arts, 4 parts in music. Give these musical terms that begin with A. Part 1, a set of notes in a chord played one at a time and not together. Part 2, a fast, lively tempo. Part 3, a moderate tempo similar to a walking pace. And part 4, the female singing voice lower pitched than soprano. You may confer.
Positive on number 4.
Can you repeat part 1?
A set of notes in a chord played one at a time and not together.
Can you repeat part 1, please? Or did you already?
I just
repeated it.
Jack, do you have anything? Okay, time.
Okay, pencils down, please stop conferring. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Part 1, no answer. Part 2, allegro.
That is correct.
Part 3, no answer. Part 4, alto.
That is correct. Parts 1 and 3 are available.
No answers.
All right. Part 1 is arpeggio, and part 3, andante.
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 Just thought of number 1.
Movement 2.
Okay, toss up number 4, miscellaneous industrial arts. People doing this job know that a soldier has its narrow side to the front and a sailor has its wide side to the front. What kind of job are you doing if using soldiers or sailors to create a straight row called a course with the use of a trowel to properly apply the mortar? Gwen,
A carpenter?
that is incorrect. Jackson,
Sculptor.
that is also incorrect. The correct answer is bricklaying. Don't have any current bricklayers, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Soldiers,
It's used to
sailors,
identify signs, kind of like port and the other thing. when it comes to-
like starboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, toss up number 5, science, earth science. What process occurs when the edge of an older tectonic plate slides under or is pushed beneath a younger tectonic plate? Jonah,
Earthquake.
that is incorrect. Riley,
Seismic movement?
that is also incorrect. The correct answer is subduction. Toss up number 6, fine arts, art. He designed some of the highest bridges of his time, as well as the framework for the Statue of Liberty. Identify this French engineer whose namesake tower has become an iconic symbol of Paris. Mary,
Eiffel.
that is correct. Bonus number 3, science, 4 parts, and physical science. Answer these about simple machines. Part 1, anything can act like this simple machine if it is used to open the lid on a can of paint. Part 2, an axe is this simple machine when it splits a piece of wood in two. Part 3, what type of simple machine is the crank on an old-fashioned hand crank ice cream machine? Part 4, this simple machine has threads wrapping around it. You may confer.
No, it's for number that, it's,
Oh, yeah.
this is what I have.
This is definitely,
I know that's what I have.
this is definitely.
Okay.
These two are for
Is it
sure.
already?
Use that one for no, it isn't. These two, and then this one for this.
Because I have that.
Okay, that's time. Pencils down. Please stop conferring whenever you're ready.
Part 1, lever.
That is correct.
Part 2, wedge.
That is correct.
Part 3 and 4, pulley.
That is incorrect for both parts 3 and 4. Parts 3 and 4 are available.
Part 3, axle and lever,
That is incorrect.
and part 4, screw.
That is correct. Part 3 is wheel and axle. Okay, toss up. Number 7, social studies, history. On February 1st, 1951, the Korean War's Battle of the Twin Tunnels took place between the United Nations forces and the People's Volunteer Army of what country? Jack,
North Korea.
that is incorrect. Of what country that has a long border with North Korea and helps prop up its regime? Jonah,
The Soviet Union.
that is also incorrect. The correct answer is China. Toss up, number 8, mathematics, geometry. The British Museum owns 4 objects from ancient Assyria that all have this shape and were built to demonstrate a monarch's power. Name this artistic object consisting of a tall, four-sided column. Jack,
Obelisk.
that is correct. Bonus, number 4, mathematics, 4 parts in algebra. Translate each of these phrases into an algebraic expression. Part 1, 27 more than 4 times x. Part 2, if y is an even integer, the next consecutive even integer. Part 3, the annual salary of a person getting paid $Z per month. Part 4, the value in dollars of Q quarters. You may confirm.
Time.
Okay, pencils down, please got confirmed. Whenever you're ready.
Part 1, 27 plus 4x.
That is correct.
Part 2, no answer. Part 3, 12z.
That is correct.
And part 4, d equals vq.
That is incorrect. Parts 2 and 4 are available.
Part 2 is y plus 2.
That is correct.
Part 4, 4q.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is either 0.25q or 1/4q or q over 4. A fourth of a dollar, this is what they're looking for. Okay, toss-up number 9, language arts vocabulary. The effect described by this word may cause a person to feel better after taking medicine, even if the medicine, when?
A placebo effect?
That is correct.
Who is that, dude?
Sound like an old.
I didn't press anything.
That's your daily bonus.
All right. Okay, bonus number 5, social studies, 4 parts in history. Name these U.S. presidents. Part 1, he will always be the only one to serve more than 2 terms. Part 2, his 2 terms were non-consecutive. Part 3, he is the only one who never married. Part 4, this 20th century president was born on the 4th of July. You may confirm.
Can you repeat parts 2 and 3?
Part 2, his 2 terms were non-consecutive. Part 3, he is the only one who never married. Okay, pencils down, please stop confirming. Great, whenever you're ready.
Part 1, Roosevelt.
Can you be more specific?
Theodore Roosevelt.
That is incorrect.
Part 2, George Washington.
That is incorrect.
Part 3, no answer. And part 4, Bush.
That is incorrect. So all parts are available.
I defer to Joan.
Okay,
Part 1, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
that is correct.
Part 2, Cleveland.
That is correct.
Part 3, John Adams.
That is incorrect.
Part 4, Coolidge.
That is correct. Part 3 is James Buchanan. Toss-up number 10, science, general science. In 1705, this scientist published a synopsis of the astronomy of comets, showing that 3 previous comets seen 75 or 76 years apart were actually the same comet. Identify this British astronomer for whom that comet is named, a comet that should be visible again on Earth in 20...
Buzz.
Oh, sorry. Jack,
Hey.
that is correct.
I'm not gonna know.
Good job, Dan. Buzz, Jack.
Okay, bonus number 6, language arts, 4 parts in literature. Answer these about sequels to popular young adult novels. Part 1, he wrote Timothy of the K as a follow-up to his bestseller, The K. Part 2, Jean George's novel Julie is a sequel to this novel with a longer title. Part 3, Brian Robinson is the main character in the Gary Paulson novel The River, which is a sequel to this book. Part 4, Whatever Happened to Janie is a sequel to this Carolyn Cooney novel about a girl who discovers she's a kidnapping victim. You may confer.
Because I know I almost completed that.
Okay. Yeah, she did the same thing as you, so I'm gonna go with that either way.
For part 1, just in case you don't have an author, try that one. There's that for number 1, and that for number 2, and
I was like, I'm probably gonna go with that for number 3.
go for sure that for number
Yeah.
3.
Okay, that's time. Pencils down. Please stop conferring.
For 1, Sparks.
That is incorrect.
Part 2, Julie and the Phantom.
That is incorrect.
Part 3, Hatchet.
That is correct.
And part 4, no answer.
Okay, so parts 1, 2, and 4 are available.
No answers.
Part 1 is Theodore Taylor. Part 2 is Julie of the Wolves. And part 4, The Face on the Milk Cart. Okay, toss up number 11, mathematics, general mathematics, a 30-second question. Jennifer had a full container of water. How much water was in the container if she tried to pour it all into a 2-liter bottle and 20% of the water overflowed onto the ground? Jackson,
2.5 liters.
that is correct. Bonus number 7, science, 4 parts.
Oh, wait, never mind, it's bonus, sorry.
4 parts in general science. Identify the branch of science that ends with ology, O-L-O-G-Y, and studies. Part 1, weather. Part 2, the human heart. Part 3, insects. Part 4, fish. You may confer.
Can you repeat part 3?
Insects.
Okay. Yeah, I have the same thing for number 1. So number 2, so no number 3.
Pencils down, please stop conferring. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Part 1, meteorology.
That is correct.
Part 2, cardiology.
That is correct.
Part 3, anthology.
That is incorrect.
No part 4.
Okay, parts 3 and 4 are available.
3 and 4, no answer.
Okay, part 3 is entomology with an E-N-T-O. And then part 4, ichthyology. Okay, toss up number 12, language arts, grammar. Give the past participle of the verb to shrink that would complete the sentence. My shirt has, Jack,
Shrunk.
That is correct. Bonus number 8, miscellaneous, 4 parts in home economics. Tell which kitchen tool is used in these tasks. Part 1, removing the non-edible center of an apple. Part 2, scooping round portions of a cantaloupe. Part 3, squeezing oranges. Part 4, opening walnuts. You may confer.
I'm positive on number 2. Number 1, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a word.
Number 4.
Yes, you guys both have number 4, that's correct.
I think it's either just a regular, I think it's that. I think it's just that. I have these
Is
two.
it, time?
Pencils down, please stop conferring.
I couldn't say.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Part 1, core.
That is correct.
Part 2, melon baller.
That is correct.
Part 3, juicer.
That is correct.
And part 4, nutcracker.
That is correct. Good
Nice
job.
job.
That is halftime.
Gosh, I knew the answer.
Yeah, I know,
I'm so bad. I'm so bad about that one.
Are you
You're okay? Okay. I think I'm gonna have these guys play defense. So I think we're just gonna, this is a pretty tight game. For the winner, right? You guys are doing great.
Team captain. Captain Jackson.
And then we all remember that everything else we need to see. I know, but I'm just saying. I know, but I love that it's all about the things that look like that. That's always right. Head's dying. You guys are doing great. Keep it up, okay? You have other stuff.
Hey, at least you don't have to worry about hitting your head on things. Angel, at least you don't have to worry about hitting your head. Angel, at least you don't have to worry about hitting your head on things because that hurts. I still have to worry about
And your arms, your arms are
studying your toes. Yeah, but I've broken stubbing my toes. She needs some milk.
We all good, Fieldcrest?
Sorry.
Are you good?
All right, Fieldcrest, do you have any new team members to introduce?
Nope.
Okay. RB, do you have new team members to introduce? Okay, toss up number 13, social studies economics. What term for a brief face-to-face conversation between an athlete and a sports announcer also describes a meeting? Josh? Interview. That is correct. Bonus number 9, mathematics, 4 parts in computers. Answer these about Microsoft Windows. Part 1, this icon on the desktop shows a trash can and points to a place where files are stored before being permanently deleted. Part 2, selecting this item in the start menu allows setting of the date and time. Part 3, this editing button resembles a pair of scissors. Part 4, this program stores information in individual cells in worksheets. You may confirm.
I have to.
Stop sign.
Okay, pencils down, please stop conferring. All right, whenever you're ready.
Part 1, trash.
That is incorrect.
Part 2, clock.
That is incorrect.
Part 3, cut.
That is correct.
Part 4, drive.
That is incorrect. Parts 1, 2, and 4 are available.
Part 1, recycle bin.
That is correct.
Part 2, settings.
That is incorrect.
Part 4, calendar.
That is also incorrect. Part 2 is control panel, and part 4, Excel. That question's gonna be like obsolete before long. Google with Chrome and everything. I try not to use Windows as much as possible. Okay, toss up number 14, mathematics, algebra, a 30-second question. Stephanie has 12 coins in her purse that total 66 cents. Only 3 of them are nickels. What other coins must she have? Coins.
Quarters and pennies?
That is incorrect. Jackson,
6 pennies, a quarter, and 2 dimes.
that is correct. Bonus number 10, social studies, 4 parts in geography. Name these South American landmarks. Part 1, the highest mountain in the Andes. Part 2, the world's highest waterfall in Venezuela. Part 3, the Incan archaeological site in Peru found in 1911. Part 4, the continent's southernmost headland, part of Tierra del Fuego. You may confer.
I'm on the referee. I'm on the referee. Yeah. It's about the
All right,
way.
pencils down, please stop conferring. All right, whenever you're ready.
Part 1, no answer. Part 2, Angel Falls.
That is correct.
Part 3, Machu Picchu.
That is correct.
No part 4.
All right, parts 1 and 4 are available.
All parts, Everest.
That is incorrect for both parts. Part 1 is Mount Aconcagua.
Bless
Exactly. And part 4 is Cape Horn. Toss up number 15, language arts spelling. The tiny scientific unit known as an angstrom is sometimes called a 10th meter because it equals 10 to the minus 10th meters. Spell angstrom. Jack.
ANGSTRUM.
That is incorrect. Jackson.
ANCHSTRUM.
That is also incorrect. ANGSTROM. Okay, toss up. Toss up number 16, science, health. Bones in this part of the body include the navicular, the cuboid, 3 cuneiform bones, and the calcaneus. Name this part of the body where these tarsal bones must support the body's weight. Josh. I'm sorry, your feet. That is correct. Bonus number 11, science, 4 parts in health. Identify these parts of your body. Part 1, these strong tissues connect muscles to bones. Part 2, this organ holds hydrochloric acid to digest food. Part 3, this internal organ is bigger than our brain. Part 4, these 2 organs filter our blood. You may confer.
I have part 1 and 3 parts of 1.
Number 4, I know one of them's that.
Yeah.
I had that. Yeah, I had that for number 3, and then.
I'm pretty sure it's that.
Yeah, it's that.
Okay, is it ours?
No, it's
That's
yours.
Okay, well, I'm probably wrong all over, so.
Okay, pencils down, please stop conferring. All right, whenever you're ready.
Part 1, tendons.
That is correct.
Part 2, stomach.
That is correct.
Part 3, intestines.
That is incorrect.
Part 4, kidneys.
That is correct. Part 3 is available.
Part 3, large intestine?
That is also incorrect. Part 3, liver. Toss up number 17, miscellaneous movies. What 3-word subtitle was given to the Star Wars film that ended with the Death Star? Jack,
Empire Strikes Back.
that is incorrect. That ended with the Death Star's explosion was the 4th in the series of 9 films and was actually, Wyatt?
A New Hope.
That is correct. Bonus number 12, language arts, 4 parts in vocabulary. Add the last word to each of these proverbs. Part 1, while the cat's away, the mice will blank. Part 2, fools rush in where angels fear to blank. Part 3, you can catch more flies with honey than with blank. Part 4, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the blank. You may confer.
Maybe number 2. I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Stop time.
Okay, pencils down, please stop conferring. Go ahead.
Part 1, play.
That is correct.
Part 2, stay.
That is incorrect.
Part 3, vinegar.
That is correct.
Part 4, eye.
That is incorrect. So parts 2 and 4 are available.
Part 2, swim,
That is incorrect.
and part 4, sky.
That is also incorrect. Part 2, tread, and part 4, bush.
Bring the handwork to the bush, y'all know? Ever heard that one?
No.
Sure thing is worth the possibility of more, but you already, like, having secured one is more valuable than the possibility of catching 2. You know what I mean?
Because you could miss out on
Yeah,
all.
you're gonna risk your 1 for the possibility of 2, but you might end up with none. Sort of thing. All right, whatever.
All right.
I only know if you're gonna fish one.
Yeah,
That one.
yeah. The one that George W. Bush messed up real bad. Look that up. Can't fool me. Can't fool me twice or something like that.
Okay. Toss up, number 18, mathematics. General mathematics, a 30-second question. A scholastical team plays 6 games that each have 24 toss-ups. In lowest terms, what fraction of the toss-ups does the team answer correctly if they end up with 60 correct answers?
over 12.
That is correct. Bonus number 13, fine arts, 4 parts in dance. Give these ballet terms. Part 1, in this position, the body is supported by one leg while the other leg is extended back from the body. Part 2, a smooth and continuous bending of the knees. Part 3, a controlled turn on one leg. Part 4, this movement, when done well, ends up with 2 heels next to each other and the rest of the feet 180 degrees apart. You may confer.
That's the third one. Oh, yeah, the third one is definitely.
Stop time.
Okay, pencils down, please stop conferring.
First all.
Okay,
No part 1, for part 2, plie,
that is correct.
for part 3, pirouette,
That is correct.
and no part 4.
Okay, parts 1 and 4 are available.
Part 1, pointe,
That is incorrect.
and part 4, no.
Part 1, arabesque, and part 4, turnout.
Josh, all those use a ballet too?
Ballet is good for your mind. Football players take ballet.
He didn't look,
Well, okay,
he didn't look into the 2-2.
soccer
so
players
quick.
maybe, I don't know. All right. Toss up number 19, social studies history. Called The Little Hand Grenade with a Bad Haircut by Rush Limbaugh, this former IBM salesman became one of America's richest men by starting the company Electronic Data Systems. What Texas native never got any electoral votes in the 1990s, even though he got 27 million popular votes in 2 campaigns for president. Jack,
George Soros.
that is incorrect. Wyatt,
John F. Kennedy.
that is also incorrect. The correct answer is Ross Perot. Yeah, I feel like maybe it was one.
I guess it's Bob Dole. Your running mate was Bob Dole.
I don't know, I actually voted for Roscoe. That's the first time I can vote.
Wasn't that like Mondale, like Walter Mondale? And, well, I can't remember. Oh. Now we're dating ourselves. Okay. Nobody knows. Toss up number 20, fine arts music. Rock drummers often have a ride, one of these, to keep a steady beat, a splash one for accents. Josh?
Symbol?
That is correct. Bonus number 14, mathematics, 4 parts in geometry. Give these angles. Part 1, the measure of any interior angle in a regular hexagon. Part 2, if 2 angles of a triangle measure 47 degrees and 69 degrees, the third angle. Part 3, an angle twice as large as its complement. And part 4, two angles are supplementary and the ratio of their measures is 5:4. What is the smaller of the 2 angles? You may confer.
Can you repeat part 4?
2 angles are supplementary and the ratio of their measures is 5:4. What is the smaller of the 2 angles?
The other angle subtracted from 180.
Can you repeat part 3?
Minus 69.
An angle twice as large as its complement. Okay, that's time. Pencils down. Please stop conferring. Whenever you're ready.
Part 1, 160.
That is incorrect.
Part 2, 64.
Can you be more specific?
64 degrees.
That is correct.
Part 3, no answer. Part 4, 80 degrees.
That is correct. Parts 1 and 3 are available.
Part 1, 85 degrees,
That is incorrect.
and part 3, 180 degrees.
That is also incorrect. Part 1, 120 degrees, and part 3, 60 degrees. Okay, toss-up number 21. Language arts literature. His short story, The Open Boat, tells of a group of men stranded on a sailing vessel who try to land it safely. Name this American author, more famous for his story about Henry Fleming called The Red Badge of Courage. Riley.
Mark Twain.
That is incorrect. Audrey.
Bradbury.
That is also incorrect. The correct answer is Stephen Crane. Toss-up number 22, science, physical science. Used to make the pigment for the first tattoos, this element's 12 isotope is the basis of the atomic mass unit scale, and its radioactive 14 isotope is used to estimate the age of fossils. Identify, Audrey?
Carbon.
That is correct. Bonus, number 15, social studies, 4 parts in government. Answer these about the U.S. government. Part 1, number of electoral votes needed to become president. Part 2, in the House of Representatives, this adjective describes a permanent committee. Part 3, the redrawing of district boundary lines to favor one political party. Part 4, the U.S. Senate Majority Leader as of November 1st, 2020. You may confer.
Can you positive on that one? Okay,
She's in the Senate or she's the Speaker of the House, I'm not sure.
she's the speaker of the House.
Stop time.
Okay, Council Stone, please stop conferring. All right, whenever you're ready.
Part 1, 270.
That is correct.
Part 2, supreme.
That is incorrect.
Part 3, gerrymandering.
That is correct.
Part 4, democratic.
That is incorrect. Parts 2 and 4 are available.
Part 2, residents,
That is incorrect.
and part 4, Pelosi.
That is also incorrect. Part 2, standing committee, and part 4, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
He said, you speak of Pelosi, he said, you speak of House, yeah, I'm confused.
Okay, toss up number 23. Oh my. Social studies, history. This country's largest single ethnic group is the Oromo, and the Amhara, who speak its official language, is the second largest. Name this African country that during the 1980s suffered widespread famine and is bordered by Sudan, Somalia, and Eritrea. Yes, Jonah.
Ethiopia?
That is correct. I don't pronounce Eritrea enough. Bonus number 16. Miscellaneous, 4 parts in popular music. Name the artist or group who won Grammy Awards for these songs of the year. Part 1, Single Ladies, or put a ring on it. Part 2, Viva la Vida. Part 3, Rehab, was performed by this late singer. Part 4, Rolling in the Deep. You may confer.
I don't know. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, definitely.
I'm positive. I'm writing yours.
Put your pencils down, please, Ms. Confirmed. Hey, whenever you're ready.
Part 1, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Is incorrect.
Part 2, Bob.
That is incorrect.
Part 3, Jerry.
That is incorrect.
Part 4, Adele.
That is correct.
Oh my goodness.
I
Y'all need some culture.
Okay. Parts 1, 2, and 3 are available.
Part 1, Beyonce.
That is correct.
Part 2, Carlos Santana.
That is incorrect.
And part 3, Juice.
That is incorrect.
At least they guessed musician.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I would have a challenge. He makes some famous songs, but he did not make that song.
All right, part 2 is Coldplay, and part 3, Amy Winehouse.
Oh,
Alvin and the Chipmunks would have
All right, toss-up number 24, our final toss-up. Science, general science. Fill in the blank with one word to complete the law of reflection. The angle of blank is equal to the angle of reflection.
Oh, me.
Oh, I can't see your thing. Angel,
Light.
that is incorrect. Audrey?
Reflection.
That is also incorrect. The correct answer is incidence. And that is
Good job.
No.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna do fastest buzzer.
Thank you. Good job. Get past us and snake. I'm sorry. Other than your own. Hey, what am I doing today? Jonah, will you go tell Coach that I'm done streaming?
Wait, tell him you're done streaming.
Yeah, tell him